Hey guys, this is previous us. The Two and a Half Brothers are recording this before we actually recorded the rest of that episode. What you just heard came on a later date. We just got back from watching Saw 10, and here is going to be our review of what we thought of the movie. We're going to do a little bit of spoilers, as we said earlier, so
if you're not fine with that, click off now.
Yep.
And
or just mute us and keep the playtime going. That's cool too.
Playtime would be great. Okay. I just gotta say that was a fucking phenomenal movie.
Holy shit, dude.
That was the most movie out of all of them.
Honestly, yeah.
That was the most cinematic of all of the
I will
Saw
say,
movies.
the beginning started off incredibly slow.
Very slow, but that's what it needed.
It needed that because I like going into it thinking like, hey, this is gonna be the longest Saw movie to date. If it's all traps, yep, this is officially the longest Saw movie.
Wow.
By a good half hour.
Wow.
I was thinking that this would possibly be too many traps and like just kind of get too repetitive. I love the beginning part where it opens up with John and it makes him feel very human.
There weren't even that many traps in the movie.
There was that opening visual trap that he thought in his head.
Yes.
But then the rest was just that big one room.
Yep.
And the one guy.
And the one with Diego.
Yeah, Diego, that was his name.
Where's your scars, Diego?
I was honestly expecting him to become a bigger part in the later part
That's
of the
what
movie.
I was thinking as well.
During the Hello Zap part.
Yeah. But I do like the fact that he did kind of act as an informant to help John figure out what may happen.
Correct.
I went to the bath. I had to piss so bad, and I went to the
picked
bathroom.
The worst time.
I picked the worst time to go take a piss. All right, Tim.
Is there any good time to take a piss during a movie?
No.
Why did you not go before?
Because I did before, but then I drank the icy.
You didn't go to the bathroom before we went in.
Yes, I did.
You went to the bathroom here.
Oh, yeah,
and then we went to the store, and then we went in.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, and we went straight in to get our drinks.
What did we learn here today, Dorothy?
Don't go to Kansas.
Yep. Stay the fuck out of Kansas.
All right. But holy shit, dude.
That was peak.
That
was great.
So when I was telling you before about the rating for this, it is the first tomato scores movie that be positive for Saw movie.
Really?
Yes, the first positive Saw movie for the critics.
I knew that the critics always hated the
Saw movies.
Saw movies.
Really? They did?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What do they rate this as?
Let me look.
I probably should have prepared that.
84.
Holy
on
shit.
the tomato meter and 92 audience score. This is the closest that both the audience and critics have agreed on a Saw movie.
It's well deserved, honestly, because the way they executed
cinematic.
the way they executed everything in the movie was flawless.
Let's see. Yeah, the first Saw had a tomato meter of 50 with the audience score of 84.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, I guess that one was kind of slow and boring compared to... I mean, this one was slow, too, but...
Oh, God. Saw
But
2.
it was slow.
Wait.
Saw 2, 37% tomato meter, 59% audience score.
Huh?
Wow, they went down fast.
Saw 3, 30 tomato meter, 71 audience score.
Really? People like Saw 3 more than 2?
Apparently.
Really?
Let's see.
I guess they like slow.
Oh my God!
What?
My favorite of the series, Saw 4, 18% tomato meter.
What the fuck?
With a 62% audience score.
You're kidding.
No.
Why? I thought that was
Saw 5, 13% tomato meter with 52% audience score. Saw 6, 39 tomato meter, 48% audience score.
No, that did a lot better.
Saw 3D.
Or Saw 7.
Saw 7, saw the final chapter. Not surprising based on the other ones, but 9% tomato meter.
Okay,
You're kidding.
wait, you forgot 2.
I said 2.
I'm saying you forgot 2 more Jigsaw movies.
Oh, well, Jigsaw.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying,
okay.
I'm just going in order,
Yeah.
I thought you sounded like you were done. You sounded
I'm just saying Saw 7.
Saw 7 was nicknamed Saw the Final
Yeah,
Chapter.
I know that, but you sounded like you were wrapping up after
Oh, no, I was just, very surprised at how low it is, but honestly not compared to.
So we're guessing 5 and then 0 for Spiral.
Let's see what Jigsaw was.
All right.
I think Jigsaw might be a little bit higher.
32 tomato meter, 89 audience.
Okay.
And Spiral, the final one before this.
It doesn't have a score.
It doesn't exist.
-4.
37% tomato meter, 75 audience score.
So this is the highest by a margin.
This is the highest by a margin in both aspects.
Yeah. That's honestly really shocking.
Yeah,
Not really, though.
it
After
really-
watching this,
After watching it, this was a phenomenal movie.
this was the
Yeah.
most movie out of them.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like we just said, this was definitely the most
Movie since the
cinematic
first one.
Since the first one, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you know about Saw .5?
What?
I'm sorry.
You don't know about Saw 0.5?
No.
It was the original idea for Saw before they made it a movie. It was like, probably on YouTube you can find it. Anyways, it starred Adam, or the guy who played Adam,
Yeah.
and in Amanda's place.
Really?
And he was a doctor at a hospital. Huh. You really never seen that?
No.
Damn, I gotta show you that.
When you said that, I was just thinking of Lion King 1.5.
I saw 1.5.
I'm sorry, I gotta be 100% honest. For some reason, I was just imagining Saw 1, but being like narrated and cut every once in a while
Wait,
by
so-
Timon
So-
and Pumbaa.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If we were going to show someone new these series, should we start with the first Saw movie? Or should we start with this Saw movie?
The first Saw movie.
I would say 1, then this.
I have one. I mean, I guess that's how that would work.
Technically, in timeline order, that would be
Yes.
the order.
That
for
would
the
be the order,
timeline.
but that would ruin the surprise of 2.
That would ruin the surprise of 2.
Ruin the surprise of
This
2,
is-
and that would ruin Hoffman's big reveal later on
This
in the
is
movie.
very difficult. Because, it would be so much more suspenseful if we didn't know that. Okay, spoiler. So, towards the end of the movie, Jigsaw and a random ass kid get put into a trap.
Yes.
Yes.
But, the whole time, I had no suspense because I knew he was in the later movies.
Right. I mean, the only suspense I had about it was, would he let the kid die?
No, he wouldn't have.
I no, and that's why is because I was like, how does this work? How obviously they're gonna do something with the people up in the room, but I don't know what it is and how are they gonna get out. The fact that they actually had quick release clasps on those little
Which is kinda
shackles,
funny.
which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
If any of the other 4 people in
Knew
there
about that?
was just like, oh, okay, I can just pull this off.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think that leads us to talk about the main thing people go to see Saw movies for. The traps.
The traps.
The traps were.
Do they have names yet? We should talk about them in order.
We should talk about them in order. I mean,
So the first trap was the big eye trap.
so
I call
the,
that one X.
the imaginary
The X.
eye trap. I mean,
Since in all the promotional images, the tubes cross each other.
Correct.
I think the
that-
X is a perfect name for
the-
that.
the X trap.
I agree.
Not the X trap, literally just the X.
Just
the
the
X.
X.
The X.
Yep.
All right.
I think that would be really great to see played out in reality, to see if that's actually how the guy would perform. I mean, I feel like John has a good sense
Of people's characters.
people's characters, so that probably wouldn't be too far off of how it would perform.
I do think that was one of the easiest traps. Because,
Oh, you
sure, breaking a finger hurts, right? I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah.
But you can make it hurt less by just turning that dial
I
as
was-
fast
I
as you
agree.
fucking can.
Dude, I cannot tell you how many times during that short thing, I almost turned to you and was just like, just turn the dial all the way!
No, I was thinking
Literally!
that. I was thinking
There's
that exact
nothing
theme.
stopping him.
No.
And it would hurt less in the long run.
Yes,
Oh, I
100%. That would be I think that's the second easiest trap in the movie.
In the movie or in the series?
In the movie.
What about in the series?
In the series, I'd say
I guess spoilers for all Saw movies, by the way.
Saw
We're already
started,
this far.
Saw started in 2004, dude. If people are not caring about the spoilers for this movie, they don't care about any
Good
of them.
point,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
point.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like
And not one of John's first rickety traps. Those don't count.
no, I'm not talking
No.
about that.
Because those were the first ones.
Those were
like when Cecil's chair broke.
I'm not counting Cecil's.
Personally, I think this was in Saw 6. The shotgun merry-go-round. I think that was an easy trap, but it costed 4 other people their lives. Like, it was easy on yourself.
It wasn't really fair.
So,
yeah, it was pretty easy on him.
It was pretty easy on him, but I feel like...
But that resulted in one of the most deaths counts for one trap.
Correct.
Yeah, that is true.
I feel like in order to kind of quantify this as like the easiest, it would be the easiest to escape from.
I think it was
the easiest to get out of.
If they were smart, Saw 5 was the easiest, I think.
Which one?
The big, they all share the pain one.
Yeah.
Because then none of them would have even gotten that damage.
They literally had to just listen to what he said in the beginning.
That's true.
Like.
Actually, no, I changed my mind. The easiest trap was the shotgun one. This is your key to freedom.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't really a trap.
Yeah, it was.
It was a pseudo trap.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
Would you count that?
I would. He literally says the words, "This is your key to freedom."
I think.
Okay, well, you're thinking. I want to say something.
Yeah.
Go on.
I like how this movie humanized John.
Yes.
I started saying that before when we were talking about the beginning of the movie. 100%. Going into this, like I said, I was really hoping for something more than just a bunch of traps. In the first, half hour of the movie?
Probably even longer.
Probably
45 minutes.
But it didn't feel that long.
No, the movie did not feel like 2 hours.
It felt great.
It felt just as long as every other Saw.
The movie was 2 hours?
It was a 2 hour long movie. This was one of the better paced Saw movies, and I think part of that is because
slow beginning.
It gave a lot of time to really help you connect and humanize John.
Yes.
Which I
really liked a lot.
You had to see even more of his motivation behind everything, beyond
why he does what he does.
Exactly, even beyond the whole thing with Jill and Gideon. So, I love that. I think Jeff.
Slow ass motherfucking Jeff?
I think slow ass motherfucking Jeff, if he just didn't take his time like he did, he could have made everything so much easier. That probably was the easiest in the series.
Except
for
the
yes,
the shotgun key. I think someone had to die there no matter what.
Someone had to die there.
Because
Unless
he let go of it. Yeah, but the minute he let go of it, it fired.
Okay.
Which he was not expecting.
Yeah.
No. However, every other part of that movie, if he just
sped up just like a hair.
If he just spent 30 seconds less on each trap, he probably would have come out largely unscathed.
And if he wasn't so selfish, why you get my son?
Yeah. He was just being a bitch. If he was less of a bitch, that would have been the easiest trap to get out of in the movies.
Agreed. Now, Saw 10. What was your favorite trap in that movie?
That's difficult.
The face.
I love
trap.
the Aztec face.
What are we calling that one?
The Aztec face.
No, it's got to be something.
Well, what did he call the statue?
The gods or something.
The God's Wrath, something, I don't know, but
Jigsaw's Wrath, we'll call it.
Jigsaw's Wrath.
Wrath, all
right. I loved that trap. Yeah. That was phenomenal.
It was well, and it's like a little homage to Saw 3. How he had.
I was just about to say the exact same thing.
Who had to cut? It was
Jeff's wife.
Jeff's wife. She had to cut open John's head in order to take a part of that brain out.
In that same part of his head, too.
Same exact situation.
That's where a craniotomy would work.
I think everyone in here deserved to be in the trap, though.
Yes.
Even Gabriella, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She was literally just doing that so she can get fixed.
She so deserved to live after that.
Yeah, she won her game.
She won her game. And then fucking Cecilia just step. That was I
do have one complaint about the movie.
Yeah.
Cecilia needed to get her just desserts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because at the end,
we have no idea what happened.
We don't know what happened to her, besides the fact that she was just in that room.
She probably can't go to anyone. The hell is she supposed to say? She killed 2 people.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But even still, she didn't come out of this learning anything like John
True.
wants. What happened was she killed her boyfriend. She killed Gabriella, and right now she
just cared about the money all along.
she cared about the money. She's sticking her head out of this little hole in the wall.
I was really hoping that hole in the wall.
Me
would
too.
go-
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was really hoping that fucking the metal door plate that fell down with
Closed when it
Closed
hits
on
10.
her.
I
Yeah.
also have one other complaint about the movie. No one said game over.
Yeah, but I mean, not every Saw movie ended with that, unfortunately.
No, but every Saw movie does end with a door closing, and that's exactly what happened.
True.
This one, yes. No, it actually didn't end with a door.
The door stayed open.
The door was open.
The door stayed open at the end.
Ooh, that's actually very true. They opened the door with
And
fucking
it's
Carlos.
They opened the door.
They opened the door.
They open the door and it just all goes white instead of all goes black. So it's like a new opening. I like that. I really like that.
I
Anyways,
didn't think about that.
I think we should go back to talking about the traps.
Yes.
So we talked about X. We like that one.
Yes.
What was the next one after X?
The next one was
wire.
the
No,
bombs
the
on
pipe
the arms.
bombs.
The pipe
The
bombs.
pipe bombs on the arms.
What do we call that one?
Arm bomb.
No, that's stupid. They gotta have like a really like a double meaning, like the angel wings. You know.
That is true.
Self something. Self cure.
Self-cure.
Self-cure.
Because he's talking about the cancer of
That's
the bomb.
true.
And
in
he
his
was
arms.
Self-cure.
He was the surgeon.
the
Yep.
surgeon.
Quote unquote
Quote
surgeon.
unquote.
Absolutely. Yeah. The self-cure.
I like that.
I liked
Self-cure.
self-cure. I thought self-cure was great.
Me too.
I think I love the fact that Diego was the first to get out of the traps in the movie. I like that.
I'm
because-
glad there were actually survivors. I
Yes.
like seeing survivors in John's traps.
Yes.
Me too.
It shows that his mentality somewhat works.
Yes. It's
Well, it always has been working.
yes, but
But it's good to see it.
it's good to see it actually in effect. Like, yes, like, oh my god, like you could have made this impossible for me to live, and now, sure, I'm damaged, but
At least
I'm
I came out
alive.
fine.
I'm
I came
alive.
out
The
fine.
human body is an amazing thing.
It is.
Yes.
Okay, so after the pipe bomb, it
After-
was what do we
It
call
was the saw on the neck.
It-
She was sitting down in the
the
trap.
garret wire.
The Guiley saw.
Yeah.
I forget what the saw was called.
Yeah.
The wire saw.
The
basically.
wire saw thing.
Um.
What do we call this one?
Don't lose your head.
Nah.
Right.
It's too many words.
That is
It has
true.
to have a double meaning. Something about the bone marrow, probably.
Yeah. Marowak.
How about the marrow scale?
Marrow scale.
Marrow scale.
I like that.
Good
Marrow
one.
scale.
That was brutal.
That
That was
brutal.
incredibly brutal.
That was honestly probably my least favorite trap of the movie, though.
least favorite,
you know what?
like boring, or least favorite, like hard just to sit through.
Least favorite, like boring. I think between that and the like the ones that came before and
Yeah.
after that, I think
you
that
know
was
what?
the
Personally,
least.
I can agree with that.
I think X was my least favorite,
I,
just because like if he didn't even have that bad of a punishment.
he did not have
Yeah.
that bad of a punishment, but it was in his mind and it was quick. That's my
Yeah.
only problem with X was that it was super quick.
Yeah.
That only took about a minute or two of screen time.
I did like the eyes coming out though. That was pretty
Yeah.
fun.
That was
a
great.
cool.
I was
animation.
trying to figure out what was happening with his eyes.
I knew exactly what was happening with
Yeah.
it.
It took me a minute. I thought maybe like someone would crawl out, like maybe there'd be a rat. In
No.
there.
But yeah, I think I don't know.
I can agree with you. That's probably my least favorite trap of the movie. Really close one would be the X.
Yeah, X would probably be close second for least favorite, but I do.
Actually, no, that's a lie. The end credits trap is the worst one.
Well, we don't
get
know
to
what
see
happened. We don't
Yeah,
get to
but
see
it also looked kind of dumb.
but we also don't know what it even did.
True.
True, but it also didn't seem like he was gonna survive. It felt like an execution trap.
Kinda.
Speaking of executions, while we're in the middle of traps, can we talk Amanda Young?
Yes.
So this takes place almost directly after she probably mercy killed Adam,
Yes, I
because
think
she
so.
still seems to be she still believes in Jigsaw's ideology right now.
Yep.
Yes.
She had.
It was this lady that made her go crazy.
this is the woman that I think made her question John's quote unquote wisdom.
But she wasn't a monster either. You
she
saw
wasn't.
she turned the kid's head.
Yep.
She went to the kid to unclasp him before checking on John.
Yeah.
So
She was a human in this movie.
She was
I liked her
very
a
human.
lot.
She was very human in
Yes.
this movie.
She was redeemed from Saw 3 for me.
oh
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Also, how much better would the finale of Saw been if it was Amanda versus Jill instead of Hoffman versus
I wanted
Jill?
that so bad.
Yeah.
That would have been such an amazing movie.
Oh my god, yeah. But after the marrow scale,
that was the
After the marrow
that
scale,
was
Jigsaw's
Jigsaw's
Wrath.
Jigsaw's Wrath.
I think that one played out wonderfully.
Yes,
That's
probably.
I think that was the hardest trap to sit through since Timothy Young.
I agree.
Yes.
Timothy Young was the rack.
Well, yeah,
The
it was
rack was really hard to sit through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then this was the second hardest to sit through.
I think. Yeah, because
Or maybe this one was more hard to sit through.
it's really close. I feel like this one is a little bit harder to sit through just because it's him doing it to himself.
Yes.
Whereas in the rack, it's Jeff trying to prevent Timothy from twisting, even though he's doing a really shitty job at moving.
I have a question.
Yes.
How potent do you think that dissolving stuff was?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Well, Jigsaw did say, "Don't waste time." And what did he do in like the first like?
Well, I mean,
minute?
what the hell are you gonna do? You're gonna be an expert at cutting your head open?
That is true.
So the one thing I will say is the whole thing about dissolving the brain matter to get that, I feel like putting the chunk of skull in the thing would have helped.
Or
Yes.
even better.
That's true.
That's true. Put his finger in. Steven just
Although I think he could only reach it with the tweezers, maybe.
probably.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I would imagine that John wouldn't have given him too much.
But then again, this was
freedom.
one of John's earlier traps.
This was one of his earlier.
and he
traps.
was kind of angry about this.
Yes. Also, it was Amanda setting it up. It was Amanda who
was.
set up the
Amanda,
trap.
okay, but counterpoint.
She
This
did
is-
still believe with John. Okay, I
That
agree.
is true. That
I
is
agree.
true.
She did not try to rig any of these games.
Correct. But
These were her fair games.
she did push to seat for this one to happen first.
Because she wanted to try and save the other lady.
she did want to try to save Gabriella.
Which brings us to Gabriella's
This brings
trap.
us to Gabriella's
Yep.
trap.
In my opinion, this is my
an arm and a leg.
Oh yeah, an arm and a leg.
I'm gonna
An arm and a
This
leg.
was my second favorite trap. Almost my first favorite.
This one was great.
Ooh, the biggest cost. Or the cost or something. Because it costs her an arm and a leg
That
to
is
get out.
true. But in my opinion, I always wanted to think of a saw trap that involved like heat and
That wasn't heat.
It was radiation.
That was
radiation.
radiation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
I imagine a trap like that. And I wanted to do this before actually recording the Saw Trap episode. I wanted to do something similar to that.
So, well, you're out.
Well, I'm out of that. I gotta think of something
Actually,
new.
there was a second trap that involved heat. Jigsaw's Wrath.
Yeah.
That is true. That
It
is
is true. It did involve heat.
That was painful.
In a minor way.
Yes.
Like
Honestly-
the execution part was the heat, but the rest it was electricity and it was him cutting himself open.
Honestly, I think he would have been better just sitting there.
In my opinion, the what do you call this trap?
An arm and a leg.
Arm
and a leg.
I like arm and a leg.
Arm and a leg. I personally, it's a simple trap, but it worked out so amazing. That's why I just really like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean it did.
I don't think she should have gone for her leg first.
I agree.
I 100% agree with. So one of the things that Steven did say to me during that part of the trap was that he thought Cecilia was like trying to persuade her to do her leg first because it would have been harder for her to get out of the trap getting her arm second.
Agreed.
As opposed to if she got her arm first, she could fall to the ground and get her leg before
It moves down and
before
gets
I'll
her.
move that far.
Exactly. I was thinking that exact same thing during.
And then what was the dude's name? The dude with the gun.
Oh, Parker.
Parker.
Parker
we talk
Sears.
about Parker?
Parker Sears.
Can we talk about Parker's part in the movie?
I did not see that from
I
the
did-
beginning.
I did-
From the beginning, I didn't see that.
No.
From
but
the minute he was there, I knew what he was there
from
for.
the
Yeah,
minute
no,
that- yes.
I agree.
Once he
Well,
was
okay.
in, I knew that. Once he was in the building, I knew what he was doing because he was very much trying to get down to Cecilia, and he was trying to get him to open her up.
Yes.
I have a counterpoint to that. I did not realize that he was Cecilia's boyfriend, though.
That I did not see.
I did not see
I
either.
thought he was just part of the whole scheme they had going
Exactly.
on.
I thought he
Yeah.
was just an accomplice. I had no idea about the relationship between them.
Agreed.
Okay, so what was after Arm and a Leg?
After Arm and a Leg was the blood. Oh, but no, that was after Arm and a Leg. Yeah, that was the blood.
It was, what do we call that one? Carrie?
I like
Harry.
Carrie.
Harry Carey? The
No.
fuck are you on?
Wait,
Carrie, as in the
Carrie?
Stephen. No.
As in the Stephen King movie.
Oh.
The Stephen King movie where the teenager goes to prom covered in blood.
Oh, okay.
So he was expecting... So that one had two people. He was totally expecting to go in that trap himself.
He was expecting to go in that trap with
Amanda.
yes.
Yes.
Not the boy.
Not
No.
the boy.
So, but I do love leading up to that trap's activation with him and Carlos, like with him like.
Did your heart
pleading.
drop when...
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god.
No, I got like so scared because I thought the child was like gonna die.
So did I. Like, I thought that, like, I love the fact that he was, like, basically pleading with Cecilia, like, please don't put Carlos in this trap.
Can we talk about how John was willing to sacrifice himself to save the boy?
I don't think he
To
was...
save
I
Carlos.
think he knew what he could handle.
I think he knew what he could handle, but the point of it is, I don't know if he could have lasted as long as
Do you think Carlos saved him?
1
do you
million
think-
percent.
yes.
1
Do you
million percent.
think he would have died if Carlos didn't pull that lever
Yes.
that one time?
Yes.
I agree.
If Carlos didn't let John breathe for that 1 second, I think John would have 100% died. And I love that because that gives both John and Carlos a chance to kind of reconnect, and it possibly leads into something that Carlos could eventually become something.
A
I
successor
would
of Jigsaw.
love that.
I would love
Because
that
don't
too.
forget, this does take place in around 2005, and Carlos is probably around 10, so I would put him right around now, 20-something, you know?
I agree.
Mid-20s.
Because
Perfect
when does
age.
Jigsaw take place then?
Jigsaw takes place
10 years after
10 years after Saw
7.
3, which
So-
is in 2017, 2018.
So
Yes.
what if those two pig masks, Carlos at the end of the final chapter,
At the end of the final
Carlos,
Carlos,
and the guy from Jigsaw?
Carlos and I can't remember his name.
I forget his name. He's the one who had to do all the traps, right?
No.
No. The guy from Jigsaw. Not.
Oh, yes.
Why can't I remember his name?
I can't remember his name either.
Because he was one of the worst accomplices.
He was
I
one of
agree.
the worst accomplices.
I
I feel like that was
I feel like that was
shoehorned
forced.
in. I think that was definitely
Although I
shoehorned
do
in.
like the way that they kept him out of John's games for so long by
Yes.
having him go serve in the army.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was a clever excuse, I will
100%.
say.
Yes. All right.
then-
And then we gotta talk about the last trap.
Smoke and mirrors.
Nerve Gas Party House Part 2. That's a good one and you
That-
know it.
It's too long. I love it. It's
Yeah.
so good, but it's too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a reference, so it's good.
I can't do that one.
Nerve Gas Party House Part 2.
I can't. That's too long. I cannot do that. It's too long.
Nerve Gas Part 2. Electric Boogaloo.
Sure.
Nerve Gas Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Here we
Just as
go.
long as the other one.
It's just better.
Yeah. It really is.
Okay, what were you expecting? You knew at that point they were gonna get in a trap, but did you think it was gonna be up there,
I
I had a feeling it was gonna be up there. I didn't.
or did you think like Hoffman was gonna come around a corner?
I was expecting him to be somewhere like in the movie somewhere.
I thought I pretty much knew it was gonna be up there. Like from the moment that they were like. From the moment they were up there, I was like, they're gonna get trapped up there.
It's gonna be funny.
It's gonna be good. I didn't think that it was gonna have an actual like serious chance of survival for either of them because I thought that they would be too at each other's throat. I knew Cecilia was capable of killing Parker, but I didn't think she was going to. I thought that Parker would overpower her. And I felt like Parker would have done that and then failed to escape, get his head out of that hole. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Throughout that thing, I thought after Parker got stabbed,
Yep.
I thought he was gonna come back for a last laugh.
I thought he was gonna
You always double tap.
exactly. You always double tap. We learned that from Scream
Right.
last week when we watched with Nicholas.
So, here's what I'm thinking. They could have both survived.
They could have both survived if they just took turns poking their head out,
Yes.
breathing, and giving each other a chance to not die.
That would have been the perfect ending.
That would have been a perfect ending.
That would have that Cecilia got trapped in there because they both need to be alive to live.
Yep.
That would have been
Yeah.
great.
That would have been so much better than the ending that it had. I do love the way that after that the ending happened.
I just wish she needed to die.
She definitely needed to die.
Yeah,
1
but
million.
we still don't
But
know what happened.
But like we said, John's not a killer.
John
That's
is
true.
not a killer.
So I mean, I guess our ranking of John was all wrong on our last episode. Or which episode was that?
Oh no! So that was 2 episodes ago. I definitely didn't say that John. I didn't go through that thinking John was a killer the entire time.
He never was.
I went through like John's gonna subdue them long enough to basically get trapped. They will not. They will either fail the trap, or they'll get locked up long enough where that encounter is over. John wins that counter.
Yep.
True.
I didn't not for one moment did I think
He
John's
he
going
never
to kill
said
these
he was
people.
a
I think
killer.
Randy would make a great apprentice, though.
Oh my god, yes. If Randy could be in these movies, I think the world would be a better place.
I agree.
Yes.
Oh man, Amanda though. I think Amanda was one of the biggest parts of this movie.
I agree.
1,000,000%.
Biggest redemption
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
compared to Saw 3.
Oh yeah, Saw 3.
She was the best part of Saw 2.
She was the best part of
She was
Saw
best
2.
part
She
of
was
Saw
the best
2.
part of this movie, besides John.
Yeah. This was John's movie.
This was 1,000,000% John's movie.
Which I liked.
even beyond Saw 3, which was a lot about.
I liked not having a cop plot.
I
Or,
agree.
or even a big trap plot
Yes, the whole thing kind of taking place
in one setting.
in one setting, not really. And also, this was the first time, besides Cecil, which I'm not really counting because that was literally the first time he ever tried any of these things, that John was present and actually dictating what happened. I know what you're thinking. He was there for Saw 1 in that room. What are you thinking?
Hoffman.
I don't count that because I don't count that as an actual genuine trap.
And then doesn't he peek in on all of his traps though?
He's there, but he's not.
He's not a presence.
He's not a presence in any of his traps.
Jigsaw. This is your key to freedom. At the end of the movie where the shotgun shell.
Yeah. But I don't know.
And then there was the beginning of that movie where he saved whatever apprentice's name was.
But that's not dictating any of the traps. I'm talking about dictating the traps. He's not there like. He's not there actively setting up the traps in any of the movies besides that last trap in Jigsaw.
Good point.
Yeah.
And he does it for the entire movie,
Which is great.
which is great because we do get
I
to
love seeing Amanda idolizing John too.
I love seeing Amanda
I do
idolizing
too.
John, and I love seeing John
work.
because you don't see him actually work. You see him tinker in a couple of the movies here and there,
But we never actually see him work.
this is the first time we've really seen him put a lot of effort in physically be present in these scenarios.
I also like it how John got put into one of his traps, but
He knew
still,
what was happening.
he knew what was
he
happening.
knew it was
He
going
was
to happen.
planning to go in that trap.
He knew it was going to happen, and even if he didn't go in that trap, that would have worked out because Cecilia would have went in there and probably Amanda, right? Probably would have been a Cecilia and Amanda.
Yeah.
Amanda would have known how to get out of that. Cecilia would have been all about herself. Amanda would have fucking saved herself. 100%.
Maybe. That's a maybe
the
right there.
other side of the trap was there was a chance that he would listen. The guy, whatever his name was,
Parker.
would have listened. And then
I don't think so.
You don't think there was ever a future where Parker and Cecilia got in that trap?
God, no.
I
No.
think there was.
I don't think for a second that's an actual scenario that would have happened.
Just remember, at the end of the movie, John says, this didn't go as planned, but it worked out in the end.
Right. But
So,
I think that's
His plan was to have him and Amanda go into that trap.
or have Amanda and Cecilia go into that trap.
Why
Yeah.
would he put Amanda in
Why-
that trap, though?
Parker being there, I feel like in order to get Cecilia, like stay where she is, I think he would have been like put her in, or even John, put one of them two in, and one of you will die, if not both, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he did not intend for Parker to be in that trap. I think Parker was 100% supposed to be in the nerve gas trap.
Yes.
I think that was 1,000,000% supposed to be Parker, but I didn't think.
Do you think if Parker did just follow the rules, he would have survived?
I think so,
Yeah.
yes.
Because he didn't even have that much to do as the rest of them.
But he knew exactly what was going on there.
Yeah. No, I mean, besides all of that, I think that Parker was supposed to be up in that nerve gas. I think that was 1,000,000% what was supposed to be happening.
I agree.
And if anything, he would have been in that trap with Amanda. I think Amanda would have been key in either of those two traps.
That's fair. That when we heard the tapping at first,
I thought that was Hoffman.
I thought that was Hoffman.
Yeah,
just
me
going,
too.
I thought that was Hoffman.
Me too.
Like
That would have been so
That would have been a
great,
great thing.
to just
Yeah.
pan up and it's Hoffman just smiling there like.
I would have loved it because I would
dumbasses.
see like all three of them all working together.
That would have been really nice.
That would've been
I would have
great.
loved that.
I feel like that would have been a great way to
Nick
kind
is-
of round him and
Did,
throw out.
did you catch that in the beginning when he said, "Detective, I need your help"?
Yeah, I knew he was calling Hoffman right away.
I didn't.
Well, he said detective.
I
He said
need-
detective.
I
I know,
to point
and,
out
and,
to
and,
Tim.
for some reason,
No?
I mean, because of the timing, I like wiped out all that, and I was like, "Oh, it's Tap, right?" And he goes, "No, it's Hoffman." I go, "You're right. Hoffman was around then."
Yeah.
Hoffman's been around. Okay, so the jigsaw traps are weird. The bathroom trap, which is where this takes place before, cannot have been his first trap.
No,
His first big scale trap.
it was his first larger trap.
I agree.
Can't be.
No.
Like, first traps involved more than one person, maybe, but.
That's what I consider a
But,
larger
okay,
trap.
I think was Hoffman around for the bathroom.
He
I
pro-
want to say yes.
Well, because wasn't Hoffman getting trapped and being part of Jigsaw's creation? Part of one of his first traps that he did. It was
Yeah.
one of his first traps.
So
So-
he would have had to be doing that shit way before for Hoffman to know that a big pendulum type thing is Jigsaw's style.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you think about it. What's before that? We got Michael with the eye.
That was not one of the first ones. That took place after.
No, the opening trap for Saw 1, besides the dude crawling through the razor wire.
Was the guy in the flammable jelly walking on
Okay,
glass.
you're right. And then the Saw 2 opening trap was Michael with his
the
eye.
Yes.
In the
Yeah.
eye, you can see Dr. Gordon sewing.
Yes.
Also, did you know in that the flame jelly scene, you can see the actor wearing shoes as he walks around?
No, I didn't. I never noticed that.
Whether that's intentional or not, I don't know.
I don't know.
No. All right. Well. Final reviews on a scale.
No,
of-
no, no, no. We're not done yet.
We're not done.
We're not definitely not done. We got so much more to talk about.
All right.
Yeah, Nicholas, go home, go bed.
Yeah, go to bed.
No.
Go to bed. It's 9:30.
All right.
Past your bedtime.
All right.
You're shaking.
Me?
No, he is.
This is a really.
Oh, this was.
One of the best Saw movies.
This is one of the best Saw movies.
Okay.
If not.
I think we need to rank the Saw movies.
Yeah.
A collective list.
Okay.
Tim, do you want to pull something up so we can
I'm
argue
gonna
about it?
pull up a tier list.
All right.
But I don't think tier-
we'll add
are
Saw
we
X
ranking
to
them
it.
by tiers, or are we ranking them by like 1 through 10?
I'm gonna make a tier list.
The only movie that I will not have a say in is Spiral, but I'm not sure if you guys are going to be counting Spiral or not.
Yeah, we're gonna count Spiral. It's a Saw movie.
All right.
Oh, all the Saw traps from Saw through Spiral. That would be crazy, but no,
We need to wait for X's.
Yeah.
we need to wait for that. Okay, boys. So
This one includes Saw X.
this would include Saw X.
All right.
Saw what?
S
S
tier.
tier.
S tier.
That
Unanimous.
That is
That
a
is a
unanimous
unanimous
S
S
tier.
tier.
100%.
like
Okay. Saw 2.
in
S
my
tier.
I would put that below Saw 1, but
Below
still
Saw-
an S tier.
It was a really good movie.
I put it in high A at
no.
at least.
No.
At least high A.
At least high A.
At least high A.
It deserves low S though.
Yes.
All right. I'll give
Just
that.
for Amanda, honestly.
Saw 3.
A.
Saw 3 pissed me off because
Actually,
of Jeff.
no. Jeff brings it down another tier. I think
Yes.
it's a B tier.
B.
movie.
B tier.
B.
High B
But Jigsaw does die in that movie.
That is-
And you do see, like...
though. Everything unfold.
You get to see everything
And it
unfold.
is a very pivotal movie for the next, 3 movies?
Yeah. Okay, I'll put that there. I'm gonna put Saw 4 above it. Do you guys agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah,
Saw
agree with
4
that.
above Saw 3, still an A.
I agree.
Okay. Alright, 5.
Saw 5. This was when Hoffman was introduced.
This was 100% Hoffman.
This is all Hoffman.
Well, not really. It's still John's designs.
It's
just
John's
Hoffman
designs,
running
but yes, this is the movie that first follows Hoffman the entire time.
it.
Yes.
I think that's like a B low high A.
I would put it below Saw 3.
I agree. I put it high B.
High B.
I might
Alright,
even
okay.
put it above Saw 3.
You would put it above Saw 3?
Saw 3,
if-
slow ass motherfucking Jeff.
If we're doing that, I'm gonna put Saw 3 just below Saw 5 in B tier.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I will go with that.
Alright. 6.
Saw 6. This is a tough one.
I hate the protagonist in this movie.
Why is he that bad?
Who was the protagonist again?
The big office guy.
The
but-
health insurance.
Oh
dude.
yeah.
But he
oh.
had to make a lot of tough choices.
He had
He
made a lot of
did.
tough choices.
And I feel like he was. I feel like if he survived at the end, he would have been a changed person.
Yes.
Yes.
But with what happened throughout the whole movie and the fact that it all got thrown away because of the guy from the beginning of the movie's kid.
Yeah, but that's not the protagonist you
That's,
hate.
I know, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like
Like Roderick does not rule.
he does not rule in
Yeah.
this movie. This is definitely a Roderick does not rule.
Yeah.
Maybe C. But I mean,
I put it high C or low B. I'd put it below Saw 3.
Low B for
probably
now, but
below
we might
Saw
move
C.
it.
Saw 3 in B tier. Saw 3D.
Saw 7.
D.
C or maybe even D.
High
But
D,
I
low
mean-
C. High D, low C.
In my opinion, you guys are gonna obviously think wrong with
I
this.
know you like this movie.
I really like
because
all my questions got answered.
Yeah,
all
you
this
only
question.
had one question. What happened to Lawrence?
Just for context, from the beginning, after we watched Saw 1 together, the first thing Nick asked me was, "What happened to Lawrence?"
So the real thing that happened to Lawrence was the studios jibbed him out of money, which is why it took him so long to return and he
Yeah.
didn't want to come back.
Yes.
You know, him coming back as an apprentice started as a joke during the commentary of the first and second
Did it
movie.
really?
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
What was I gonna say? I feel like that movie left more questions unanswered than answered,
It answered a couple of questions.
but left way more unanswered.
For it being the quote-unquote final chapter,
It was not very final.
it was not final. I stick with my D rating.
We do have one Chester Bennington cameo.
Chester
That's
Bennington.
not enough to bring it up.
That would bring it from low D to high D.
Plus, I think that Hoffman becoming a actual murderer is not that cool.
No.
I
I feel
He
like
became a slasher
he
villain for
became
a
a
bit.
slasher villain.
Yeah.
All right. Jigsaw.
Jigsaw.
I'm gonna be real. I honestly did not like Jigsaw
B
too much.
tier.
I liked Jigsaw better than Saw 3D.
I do have one problem with the movie though.
I know the technology,
technology-
is
Yeah.
all over the place.
Which is why I didn't. That's the reason why I didn't like it.
I
'cause
can forgive that. There are some really gnarly traps. In
I
it.
There was some.
I can forgive that enough to put it above 6.
But I cannot forgive the stupid apprentice. No, but I mean, it wasn't the worst movie either.
Would you put it above or below 3?
I would put it right next to Spiral, wherever we're putting Spiral.
I put it in C tier.
Because
C tier?
Yeah.
the two Jigsaws in these movies are very similar.
Yeah. So I put it in C tier and I put Spiral right below it.
Yes, we should talk about Spiral. Should
Yes.
we, or should we?
I have no say in Spiral. You guys can go ahead.
So yes, Nicholas hasn't
Samuel
seen
Jackson,
Samuel L. Jackson
Chris
and Chris Rock.
and they say good words.
They say very good words with each other. I think those are the only two things that bring this movie up in any scenario. The first trap, the tongue trap, was the only thing that I liked. Other than that,
All the traps were nice, but none of them were Jigsaw level.
none of them.
Like,
Which is why.
Okay. What about the hot tar and the severing your spinal cord? That one was really painful.
That was a very painful to watch trap.
It was good though. I think.
I
I feel like
can't-
these traps were very unwinnable.
Exactly. I feel like these traps are so not Jigsaw, not John, not even Hoffman.
They were murders. They were Amanda.
They were Amanda type traps.
Yeah.
I think
But at least Amanda had
she had morals at least to start with. This
although
guy,
Samuel's trap though.
that was a good trap. That was a nice trap, which we have to show Nicholas.
We won't spoil it for you.
That's fine. That's fine.
I still gotta put that.
Does it go above or below Jigsaw though?
I feel like that one is.
I
slightly-
feel like
slightly
they're
worse
right
than
next to
Jigsaw.
each other just
They're-
because of the fact that the killers or the Jigsaws are very similar in the movies. They have very similar motives.
Yeah. I gotta put Spiral just below Jigsaw.
Fair enough.
In C tier.
And X is S tier.
X
Yeah.
is S tier.
X is S tier. I'm putting it.
We should do this list again in like a month though.
Yeah, after we've had some time to digest it,
Yeah.
maybe even see it a second time.
But I don't think it's gonna change. The first part of the movie was just so good.
Yeah,
Where
it's,
do I
it's,
put it in S tier?
I'd say low
I'd
S.
say-
low S for now.
Above 2?
I'd say above 1.
No.
Honestly?
It's for me. It's so close to be between
Honestly?
Yeah.
one and this. as
Honestly, I
number
think
one.
it goes above 1.
I'd
That
say
might change
just-
later, but
just
I
below
mean, like, no. This movie had more story in it than the entire movie of 1 did.
This movie had just as much story as the rest of the movies combined.
Correct.
Yes.
I think that alone deserves it the highest S tier.
I have to agree with Steven on this one.
That's
Nicholas.
fine. I would agree.
All right, so let's go.
So
through.
let's go 1 through 10.
So we
go.
have nothing in F tier.
Nothing
No,
after
we're not doing it that way. You're just gonna go number 1 through 10.
1 through 10. 1, S tier. That's our number 2 ranked movie. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, go
ranked
down
from low
up.
to top.
Lowest is okay. So number 10,
Number 10 ranked Saw 3D.
number 9,
Yep.
Spiral.
number 8,
Jigsaw.
number 7,
6.
number 6,
3.
number 5,
5.
number 4, number 3,
2,
number 2,
1.
number 1.
X. Well, boys, we did it.
Okay, now I think that's how we leave it off.
Okay, this is great.
This has been fun. Make sure to listen to the first half of this episode when it comes out.
All right. Final thing.
I don't know, man. I think we gotta make this its own episode. We're at 48 minutes.
It's just in this recording alone.
Yeah, we record this whole thing that was supposed to be like a thing at the end of the episode. This is the beginning. This is almost an hour
Can we
episode.
can we
already.
include this a day after Halloween special or?
I think we include it as. I think we upload 2 separate on Halloween.
I'll put 2 up on Halloween. Yeah.
All right, that's fine. All right.
And I'm not cutting this out. You guys get to hear our conversation about this. But yeah, no, this was all intended to be
Just the ending. So
ending.
if you couldn't tell from Tim's start,
Which also, Steven didn't hear me record the thing that played at the beginning of the Saw episode.
oh, Nikus didn't hear it either.
I guess he did. He was here.
What was it?
It was a cool little intro.
It was a cool
that-
little
I mean,
intro.
I guess you can just tell me now. They would have heard it by now.
It was a Jigsaw intro for
the audience.
For
I-
this or for our special Halloween episode
for the traps. I'm gonna put that at the beginning of this,
as well.
just because
It fits.
it fits. I mean, it's the
And
whole,
we weren't planning on making this its own episode.
No, we were planning on this. I thought this was gonna be like a 15-20 minute thing, and
I thought this was gonna be at least a half-hour thing. I
Yeah.
didn't think we were gonna go up to like 40.
And all
We're at
this
50
this could
minutes
be
right now.
this could be a part 2 though.
I mean,
Nah.
I wouldn't say part 2.
I think we just upload 2 episodes that day
we
for a
upload
Halloween
2
Yeah.
episodes.
special.
Yeah.
All right. Our final thing.
Our final thing.
1 out of 10. Rank that.
10.
1 to 10.
I rank it an X.
I rank it at X.
I rank it
X,
at
X
X.
out of 10.
X out of 10.
But in all honesty,
In all honesty, I would rate this a 9.5 out of 10. 9.5.
I don't know what they could have done better.
I
The only thing that
Besides
I think
killing her.
that
I don't-
is literally that puts me okay. I'll say 9.8. That puts me down so minusculely.
I don't but it makes sense that she didn't die
Makes
though.
sense,
It's
but-
John's code. You don't die if you have the will to live. If you survive his game, if he's rehabilitated you, it is his code. It is his creed.
Then-
He's not a murderer.
I'm not a murderer, John. I swear it.
Yeah. And I would give my
Plus, let's
rating.
be honest. Amanda probably went
Okay,
back and
okay.
shot the bitch.
Probably.
Maybe.
After that, because that really was the thing that kind of twisted her.
Yeah. I'd give it a 9.5. Same exact
No,
reasoning.
I gotta say 9.8.
9.8?
Steven bumped me up to 9.8. Steven's
X.
giving up a big old X.
Big ol' X.
I just have one
X
thing
tier.
to say to you guys before we head out. Thank you for listening to this episode. You have been a wonderful audience.
I have one more thing I'd like to add.
Damn it.
We have your bank account. If you'd like your bank account back, you have to like, follow, and subscribe to us. That is the only way.
And this concludes this episode of 2.5 Brothers Podcast. Now, with that being said, game over.